Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. I am taking a look back with my friend Peggy at all of the fun parties we have planned. Fresh and fun party ideas for little farmers. Learn how to host a mad scientist party from start to finish. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it. Today on the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. Peggy, we have planned a lot of parties, both for ourselves and for the Happi House.
Yeah.
So my favorite party that we have planned is the farm party because it's so, I just love that age that we planned it for, and it's different. Peggy and I worked together to plan a really sweet and fun farm party. And I think this party is probably great for kids, what would you say, ages like 2 to 4, 2 to 5?
Yeah, right in there, boy or girl.
That's what I like about this theme. We looked for a theme that could be for a boy or a girl, because a lot of times at that age you do have boys and girls coming to parties, and kids tend to love animals, so we created this farm themed party. One thing that's different about it is we planned it to be in the morning.
So fun.
Typically parties are in the afternoon, which again for kids of that age might not always be the best time.
Nap time.
Nap time. So we decided let's have a breakfast party because kids in general also like breakfast food. I think a good time to start this party might be like 9 o'clock in the morning after everyone gets up. But let's start with one of my favorite parts of every party is the invitation, because one, I love getting invitations to parties.
I know. So many people do email.
I know, and two, it's just fun to see how cute they can be. So Peggy actually came up with these, and I think that they are so clever, and also, were they easy?
So easy.
Okay.
I actually had cardboard, you know, that comes like stuffed in things with like the back
Like
of your
in a
paper.
shirt.
It comes in packaging.
Yep. And then some neat kind of photo paper or invitation
craft
paper.
store.
And then you printed this off on the computer. These are some 3D stickers. But what's really cute about this invitation is what's on here. Oink, cluck, moo, Lincoln's turning 2. So start your tractor and stop on by because we're having a party for our little guy.
Yeah.
So that is a really great thing too. And then, as I mentioned, it's a breakfast theme, and it's a farm theme. So we sort of went with this farmhouse table theme. One of my favorite things is these berry crates that we found, and they were so inexpensive.
On clearance at the craft store, I just put a little fabric tape right around there. Made it so cute. You could put berries in there, fruit,
And
activity stuff.
For our menu, we chose, rather than a birthday cake, to actually do cinnamon rolls. So it's a sweet alternative, and you could certainly make a giant cinnamon roll for the birthday child and then put the candles in there.
Awesome.
So, and then we went again with some little fruit kebabs. It's been my experience that kids like anything on a toothpick. And then of course, pigs on a blanket.
Pigs on a blanket instead of in a blanket. We thought that was cute.
We've used these little milk glasses and straws, paper straws, to hold either milk or orange juice. And then talk about this, because we've got these cute little
these
stickers.
are fun. We thought the kids would have fun picking out little stickers and putting it on their little cup so they would know. So that's easy, so the kids can know which glass is there.
Glass is theirs. And then in the center of the table, we've got these treat bags, which if you don't want to use the crates, we made these treat bags that have an animal sticker and then again, just some ribbons.
So easy. And same on the gift tags if you wanted to put those on something or for a place setting or on a gift for the birthday child.
And I like to put the name of each child on the bag before they get there. So in this case, kids are actually going to be collecting the contents of their treat bag throughout the party, so they'll be able to just have a spot to leave their things.
Okay.
And let's talk about the silverware, because this is one of the cutest things that I've ever seen. Peggy came up with this.
So easy. Just found at the store, you know, where they have sections of all different colored stuff, utensils. There's the green utensils and an orange napkin. Lay it in there and roll it up.
And then
Stick
it's a little carrot.
Yeah, a little carrot.
So really fun. On our plates, we have bandanas, which the kids could actually use as napkins or could be tied on them as soon as they got to the party, so they could be a farmer. And then we've put different things like this little tomato pin cushion with a name in it to be a place setting, or a deck of cards on each place, and that can again go into their favor bags. So perfect. Let's move on to exactly what we're doing at this party. We've got some fun games.
Let's go.
After our delicious breakfast, it's time for some fun and games. So we've come up with some farm-themed games. And one of my favorite things is this ring toss that Peggy made out of mini Coke bottles. And just, how did you do this?
Just white tempera paint, took a few coats, but it was super easy, and then black spots right on there.
And then you used what for the rings?
Shower curtain rings for $1.
It's like the best deal. So I know. So that's a really fun little thing and goes along with our farm theme. I also like something I remember doing as a child myself is the clothespin drop, where you would get on a chair or a stool and you put this jar on the floor and kids try to drop clothespins in. The thing to remember is your audience. So you want to make sure the opening to your jar is big enough so that they're actually successful. Otherwise it could be really disappointing. And we've just used a big mason jar here and tied a ribbon on it so it looks nice and cute, easy. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a farm party without pin the tail on the pig. So just bought a piece of foam core and drew a pig on here, which was really easy to do, a couple of circles, and it doesn't need to be perfect. That's the important thing, I think, to remember when you're hosting a kids party. It's the idea of things and just making it fun for everybody.
You could have your kids color it with a pink crayon, and super easy.
And so then you blindfold kiddos or not and have them go up to the pig and try to pin the tail on the pig. And those are just simply pink pipe cleaners, or chenille stems as they're now called.
Curl them around your finger or pencil.
Yep, and use those.
Or you could also use the curly ribbon that you have home.
Another game I love, it's one of my favorites, is called Musical Hoops. And it's similar to musical chairs, but each child gets a hoop that you lay on the ground in a circle, or you can actually just scatter them around, and you play music, in this case, country western music, of course. And you would put these on the ground, and then when the music pauses, each child runs and finds a hoop to stand inside. What I like to do during the music also is call out different activities like gallop, skip, hop. And then they get in the hoops. Only each time when they're moving, a grown-up removes one of the hoops, and then you get to the end, and no one is out though. They're all trying to stand in the same hoop.
That's great.
So it's a really cute game. It's a challenge to get them all together, and they all kind of bunch in there. And finally, we've got this cute little horse stable here with all of these different horses. It's really fun to hide the horses around the yard and actually have the kids go on a hunt, either separately or together. But I do like to keep the kids together since it's a younger party, probably only like 6 kids maybe, and they can move around together and hunt for the horses and then put them back into their stable.
Adorable.
So these activities in the breakfast should keep kiddos busy for an hour to an hour and a half, which is just perfect for that age group.
And then mom can take a nap.
Yeah, perfect. It's all done by 10:30.
Awesome.
Right? To see all the details on the party we've planned here and to learn more fun party ideas, visit our website. I also really loved our Mad Scientist party because Chandler is sort of a junior scientist himself, and it just was inspirational to me because you came up with basically all of those ideas, and I may or may not have stolen some for my own private party.
You're allowed to.
Okay. I'm with one of my very good friends, Peggy, and we like to plan parties together. Now, I think a lot of people are scared by home parties, but they're actually one of my favorites, and there's a way to keep things in check and wrangle the kids as long as you've got fun activities to keep them engaged. Would you agree?
That's right.
But
totally.
I think a couple things, and certainly add to this, but I've got a couple tips for parents when they're hosting in-home parties. One, the timing of the party. I think often we plan things that are way too long. I think an hour and a half is plenty of time.
Yep.
Maybe for older kids, if there's going to be an activity like swimming or something, you can extend it to 2 hours.
Yep.
And then what about the number of kids? What do you think on that?
I like to have them on the lower end,
Yeah.
but that's just me. I know they like to invite a lot of kids, but
It just creates an experience if you keep it a little bit tighter. So
you're able to do more things.
I think so. And thinking of the birthday child, they get overwhelmed by that much activity. And also one of my very favorite things to do, if it works, is to have the party outside.
Yes, here we are.
Okay, here we are, yes. Okay, so today Peggy's helping me plan a science party for my son Chandler because he loves science. He's crazy about science, in fact. Let's start with the invitation because that's so cute.
Well, it's always fun to do an invitation that's not maybe a piece of paper that you can mail to the kids. And so this just has, please join us for an explosive party. And it's like their VIP pass or their doctor credentials on the other side.
And we just found these simple graphics online and then printed this on printer paper.
Cut and paste. And these I found at an office supply store, whole pack. So inexpensive.
Actually mailing something to a child is huge. Kids love to get things in the mail, and spending an extra 40 cents on each kiddo to make them feel great about coming to the party, I think it's really a fun experience.
Yep, and then they can wear this to the party and they're just about set.
So actually, to enter the party, this is really cute too, because they bring their badge and that's their entrance to the party, but then also they do need to scan their hand to enter. So putting that right outside the front door or wherever the party starts is just a fun part of the experience. Again, we're creating the experience for the birthday child, but we actually want everybody who's there to enjoy themselves too.
Good point.
So,
Good point.
Okay, then in order to get them suited up, we need to make sure each of them has their own official lab coat. We bought a package of white t-shirts, and these are men's extra large, because even if you have small kids, these are supposed to be like a lab coat. So then, why don't you show us how you did this, because it's really easy.
Couldn't be any easier.
Okay.
You want to hold it for me?
Yeah. So you can just make one single slit up the center to cut it open. And then simply take some tape and tape the corners down as we've done with this one.
Double-sided tape.
We're going to put a name tag on for each child. And actually it's kind of fun. I've written here Professor Chandler, but it might be kind of fun to do something like, you know, Mad Scientist Maddie or something really neat like that. Come on over, Chandler. What happened to your teeth?
I don't know. I was just
All right, let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. I haven't brushed my teeth in a long
You haven't brushed your teeth in a long time? So here we go. He's got his goggles on, he's got his crazy teeth in, and his name tag.
Professor Chandler.
Professor Chandler. Thanks, Chandler. We've got our party prep done, and then let's move on to treat bags, which is a really fun part of every party, right?
So easy.
Yeah, you can choose to do them or not, but a lot of elements that maybe go into decorating can also be incorporated into treat bags, or things kids make can be in the treat bags. But we've got some ideas here based on a science party. And these are cute. You made these.
So easy. Just a plain white bag, a little string, it's a beaker. Little lines on there, and you just put some little tape or some glue, and this is batting. You could use cotton balls, just inexpensive.
And then these gift tags are adorable.
Yep, it's kind of the same thing, just a little paper out of the drawer, make a little beaker. I used just a glue stick, stick it on there. This could go around a napkin on their place setting, or on a gift for the party boy.
And one of the items are these light up balls. And they kind of look like a molten rock or something. So they're very cool. And then this magnifying glass.
Gotta love that.
Yep, every kids love that. I love this particular magnifying glass because it can be propped up to see. And then maybe a science tool or two. We've got this prism or this cyclone tube. And some of this stuff can, again, just be used during the party depending on what your activities are. And of course, it's a science party, so I had to put in some Smarties.
Because they're all smart.
Yep. And then this actually is a set of cards with 20 amazing science tricks. And the reason I love this is you could give each child their whole tin, but when I plan parties and you're looking for ways to be economical, I look for things that come in a combination pack, even like markers or whatever, and I'll divide it up for each child at the party to have. So there's 20 cards in here. Maybe I give each child 4 different cards in their treat bag, and that way I'm able to kind of spread it out a little bit.
That's great.
We also prepared an activity ahead of time for the party.
This is really fun.
This will be one of the games we play at the party.
These are images I found just on the internet, and what you do is you print them out and just stick them on paper, and the kids get to guess what is it. So it's images highly intensified through a microscope and photographed.
It's crazy.
Velcro. What's this one? This one is a football jersey. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Think of something that's brown and white, maybe put on food.
Brown and white that I put on.
Okay, separately white and brown.
Is it salt and pepper?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like kind of a s'more thing. A lot of times in preparing for a science party or a themed party like this, you might need some inspiration. And there are lots of really great options out there for that. This is a science kit that I picked up at Creative Kid Stuff, and it actually has just tons and tons of supplies for a whole bunch of different experiments. So you could use this to create stations at your party. You could keep a small enough group all together and take them through it one step at a time. But the point is, there's lots of resources out there if your child has an interest like this, and it might not be your sweet spot. So, all right, we are going to move on to food, the most important part of every party.
Love that.
Now we're going to talk about setting the stage for our party, and we've got here in front of us a pretty cute tablescape here. So let's talk about how we built all this. There's a lot of elements on here that can actually be used as party favors too, but the kids will use them during the party. What science table would not be complete without molecules?
These were in a vase, also in my closet, and I just put them together with toothpicks.
And then we've got some colorful cups and straws. And then this mound of balls, these are so awesome because when you tap them, they do light up. So these can easily be added to treat bags at the end of the party.
Activity.
And each child received, I think we should show people how these work. Goggles. Yeah. I mean, you need goggles at a science party. Glow-in-the-dark teeth. A mask. You don't want to spread germs or inhale anything. And of course, a plastic glove for doing your experiments. Oh, we can't forget this, the most important part. Everybody loves Pop Rocks. Uh-oh. We have a surprise guest. You don't like Pop Rocks, do you, Chandler?
I think you're wrong.
All right, are you ready for this? Let's see. Is there going to be a flavor explosion in your mouth? Still. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Well.
I am happy, smiley, good.
Are you happy, smiley, good? All right. Thanks for being the royal taste tester. Are these safe to offer our guests?
I'll take them all.
You'll take them all? Okay. And then we actually put these wipes, which is brilliant because helping kids clean up after the party, and we are going to be doing some experiments at this party as well. So everything we've got here fits with the theme of our party, but is really functional.
It is.
And lots of fun.
Yep.
Let's talk food, the best part of the party. So we've got some science-themed items here. And actually, I really like, a lot of times I'll serve pizza at a party just because most kids like it.
It's
easy. But we want to do something different. So let's talk about what we came up with here.
This is our double helix pasta salad. And you can put whatever you want in there. We like to have some different colors and stuff, but the pasta, the rotel or the rotini is the helix like on a genetic code or DNA.
Yes. And then we made it sort of like pizza by putting pepperoni, an Italian dressing, tomatoes, and we added broccoli. But what's nice about this is most kids do like pasta. The flavor is really mild, and they can pick out the broccoli if they don't want to.
Yep.
And then we've got these jiggly Jell-O test tubes, which look really cute and are also pretty neat and easy to eat. Yep. So that's a fun little thing you can do.
Goes with the science theme.
It does. We also put some Jell-O creations
these
in
like
Petri
little,
dishes.
Yeah, mini Petri dishes. And these are Jell-O, and when it sets up, you stick a little Smartie in there.
And then we've also created one with some gummy worms, because who doesn't love a gummy worm, right? Another great idea, again, and it just is all about kids creating and making choices for themselves, is to create like a mad scientist mix. So I've picked out a few different kinds of cereals. I actually picked out alphabets specifically because I feel like having all those words in there is just going to make kids smarter. And then a few different kinds of candy, and then cups. So you can actually help kids by putting spoons in each of the containers and saying take 1 scoop or 2 scoops of this, but having some rules or guidelines so it's not an entire bag of candy. All right, we're going to move on to our drink station, which is super fun.
Great.
Create a magic potion drink station, which is just really fun, using all kinds of different juices and sodas and even some candy. In this orange soda, we have put gummy worms in the bottom. So each kid can have their own cup and then again use the tongs and the tools to create whatever drink they would like. So we've got some orange soda, some blue Gatorade, we've got lemonade, we've got some candied cherries, and another orange drink, and then just another green kind of drink, green sports drink. So any of these things are all just going to be fruity and taste good together, but it's a fun way for them to create their own experience and have something delicious to drink. For this experiment, you need Coke and Mentos. And I actually am making the experiment easier to do by using one of these tubes that will funnel the Mentos right into the Coke. This is from Creative Kid Stuff. They have a lot of great science things there. And the reason the tube is so useful is you want all the Mentos to go in at the same time. I preloaded this tube, and we're going to carefully unscrew the lid of our Coke. And I'm going to screw on this tube. But the key is that they all drop at the same time. What I'm going to do is pull this trigger here and release the Mentos into the Coke. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's do it again.
Thanks for watching our science experiment.
Brown.
So Chandler, we're all prepped for your party. Are you excited to have your friends over?
Yeah.
For even more fun party ideas, visit our website.